Johnny on the spot there. And again, that size advantage, that weight advantage, Hoban is just using it. It's almost like you're going to have 2 blocks, but then you're going to lose other positions where guys can shoot the gap, and that's what happened on that play.
9:53 and ticking, first quarter of play here from Twinsburg Tigers Stadium, as the Riverside Beavers with a second down and 10 facing in front of them, trying to get some offense going, trailing by a touchdown. Long look over to that sideline, trying to get a read from Coach. Snap in the hands and getting the snap, and the throw goes near side of the field towards the 20, and it's incomplete, broken up that time. And it looked like that time it was an intended target for number 16, Brady McKnight. He's the primary target, 56 catches this season. That leads the team. He also has 889 yards for a team most.
He would have to been tall to get that one because Maloney just kind of put too much air under it, and it sailed on him at the end. And all of a sudden, just like we were talking about momentarily, just a minute later, you could possibly be turning this ball over to the Knights offense for the first time.
Credit the pass rush of the Knights. You have Devin Bell, Jordan Pritchard Sewell, and Nick Crawford, those front 3 big men that have done a great job pressuring Maloney. Rolling out near side to his right, finds a target down at the 25, makes a move. McKnight down to the 35. He's tackled at the 40 of Riverside, and they're going to spot him there. Big first down for the Beavers, and it gets them a fresh set.
A much-needed play for their offense. Maloney made a really nice pass. McKnight did a lot of damage, yak yardage afterwards with that catch. He picked up at least 11 yards, and just like that, Riverside now gets a little things moving. That first down moving that sticks was big for their offense.
Close to the midfield. They're at their own 40. The first down marker now at the midfield marker, straight at the 50. Again, a long look over to the Beavers sideline, far side of the field. 3 receivers now move to the far side, now to the left of Maloney. Maloney looks that way, goes to the screen. It's McKnight, again the hot target, dodging that first tackle, falling forward, 5+ yards, good gain on the first. It's second and short.
Really good effort by McKnight there. He could have went down and it would have been a 1-yard gain, but he just kept them legs churning, made a nice little spin move, and all of a sudden turns that into 6-yard gain, and just like that, it brings up a nice short manageable down, gives you a little bit more to play with out of the playbook.
See if they'll elect to try to go deep on this Knights team. Knights very good in that secondary department. Not too many teams have been able to test them with long balls this year, but the ability lies within Maloney, no doubt, in that arm. They go with the handoff that time and try to go straight up the middle. The Knights having none of it, stopping it at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a half-yard. Hey, we'll give them the half-yard on the reach forward before the push back.
JPS on that one. Jordan Pritchard Sewell. I'm just going to go JPS. He was all over that play, snuffed it out, and just like that, the Hoban's Knights defense comes up big. I think what I've seen so far out of Painsville, what they want to do is try to set some screens in that, because they realize if they go straight at Akron Hoban, it's just not going to work.
You got to get a little bit of finesse. You need to get the ball to guys in some open field and try to hope that they can pick up some extra yards. Those receivers, 3 of them move to the near side, right of Maloney. Maloney takes the snap out of the shotgun, rushed out to his left, far side of the field, looking for the first down, dives forward, depends on the mark. He's very close, they say short of the first down marker.
He is just short. I thought he made a great effort. I thought maybe he got it on the dive, but maybe he stepped out prior to making that dive, but good effort by him on that play. And tell you what, Maloney trying to do everything he can to extend this drive. I would think they're in a position, I'm not sure I want to turn the ball over at midfield, but maybe.
They're rushing everybody out onto the field. Same set as last time. Those 3 receivers come to the near side of the field, but a quick check off to the coaching staff of the Beavers, far side of the field. Maloney and his lead back out on the field, and before any play is called, timeout taken by the Beavers. So maybe just trying to get them to jump off sides. Obviously a very disciplined Knights team, hard to get that. But it's decision time. But again, like you said, Mike, not a favorable position on the field. And if you give the ball back to Hoban already in Beaver territory, you could already spell a lot of trouble for your squad early on, as 7:08 to go here in quarter number 1 from Twinsburg Tigers Stadium in this Division II regional semifinal between the Archbishop Hoban Knights and the Riverside Beavers. The winner of this game to play the winner of Walsh Jesuit and Hudson, happening just about 20-ish minutes down the road at Ravenna High School right now. And the winner of that game plays the winner of this one. We got a chance to see that Walsh Jesuit team last week against Austintown Fitch. They have a lot of similar size, and they got a lot of the same type strengths as this Hoban squad does.
They have a lot of playmakers on that team to go around, but when they wanted to just put their head down and run, they did it last week. This could be whoever wins these 2 games really sets up a great matchup.
That is the 1 and the 2 seed, but of course upsets. This is the time of the year. Almost another interception as the throw went over the middle. And boy, oh boy, the Knights came close to a pick. They went for it, and Peyton Cook knocked it down, had it in his hands, but not to be. Nonetheless, turnover on downs gives Hoban the football. So, little surprised by that call, Mike. Go to take a timeout, and you come out and still go for it.
Yeah, you still go for it, but you almost turned the ball over again, and that would be the last thing you want to do. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. And just like that, Hoban sets up shop there. First drive of the night, they will start on the Beaver side of the field at the 49. First chance we get to see this offense, Ty, and I've been looking forward to it.
Tylen Boykin, they call him Juice in the Knights squad. As Juice comes out with Caleb Jones on his right hip. They fake the handoff, go to the screen pass, far side of the field, past the 45 on the reach. Let's see where they put him, but it looks like about half the yardage on that strike by Boykin in the screen.
Exactly what Hoban wants to come out and do on this. The Knights want to possess the ball. They want to use clock. So they'll take 3 yards every play because they'll go for it on 4th down.
Peyton Cook was the target that time. He's been the lead target this year, 26 catches prior to that one on the season for Hoban. Half the yardage needed just about. 2nd down and 6. Handoff goes to Jones. Caleb Jones finds a hole, gets close to the first. He's about a yard shy. 3rd and 1.
Boy, did he just sneak right through there. I mean, he just kind of got a little bit of a crease, kept those legs moving, twisted his body real nice, and all of a sudden you got a 3rd and short now for the Knights as they're just trying to get things slowly moving for that offense here.
Jones, the 5'10", 185 senior tailback for the Knights. Nice compact size, too. Bulldog, almost Doug Martin-esque size-wise.
Yes.
Boykin, Juice comes in with a compact set. 2 receivers, 3 receivers, actually, to that left. As the handoff goes to Jones, Caleb Jones finds the edge and gets the first past the 35-yard line of the Beavers as they push forward more into Riverside territory.
Nice run again, off tackle there. Well blocked by the offensive line. They sealed it, and that gave him all the crease he needed. And as the drive continues, the sticks move as they move deeper into the Beavers' territory.
Caleb Jones, the lead rusher this season, 785 yards and 14 touchdowns this year. He averages over 7 yards per carry. Back out now on that left hip. Single receiver out to the right, 2 to the left. Pass goes that way before, though. The play is whistled dead. Flag and a false start on Hoban.
Somebody got just a little excited, and I mean, it was close to being a good move, but just a hair before they snapped that ball, you get the procedure and back up the Knights 5 yards.
Head referee Pat Perry, umpire Joe Shaw, linesman Bobby Starks, line judge Pat Montana, back judge Josh Fritsch, and center judge Jim Cortese today. The officials in this game, always thanks to all the OHSAA officials, too, here in these playoff games as well. All the officials that have taken their time to be here as well. Trips out to that right. The handoff goes to Jones. They are able to penetrate early, though, behind the lines and prevent them from getting back to the line of scrimmage. Actually looks like a loss of 1 on that play.
Well, actually, Ty, he gained 4 on that play because remember
they
were
had the
backed
chains.
up. Yeah,
pardon me, the chains. They have to replace the chains.
Yeah, and he did a nice job. He strung that out because he was literally the lone Knight player there against 4 Painsville players, and he still came up with 4 yards.
I see the way that they're doing a little bit different how they're doing the chains method right now with the down marker as well. But you're right, Mike, 2nd down in front of the Knights off of that. Go to the Peyton Cook there on the near side of the field. Peyton Cook looking for the edge. Peyton Cook past the 30, dodges a tackle to the 25, and a nice gain on that second down and long. Ate up over half the yardage needed, and it now makes it about third and manageable for Hoban.
How about the play by Cook there? He makes the first guy miss when he should have had him bottled up, and then he just tight ropes the sideline for an extra 4 to 5 yards. And instead of having third and long, he makes it a third and short situation for him.
Just a sophomore, Mr. Cook, and he's listed as an athlete, not even a receiver. They utilize him in multiple ways for Hoban. 4:19 and ticking to go here in quarter number 1. Spreading things out a little bit wide with twins to the right of Juice. Single receiver is Cook near side. Handoff goes to Jones. Jones goes up the gut, and Jones able to get the first down on the third and short scenario, well past the first down marker.
I know I talked about how big the offensive line was, but I want to talk about Jones, the running back right now. With 2 defenders on him, he still managed to push ahead for 2 yards and get the first down on that play. Just the extra effort right now you're seeing out of the Knights players is tremendous. And I know that comes from Coach Tim Terrell, because that is exactly what he did his entire high school football playing career and in college at YSU.
You talk about 5 state championships in the last 10 years for the Knights. It's a group that has experience as a program getting deep into the playoffs, and those are just the things that are invaluable to teams. As whistle's blown, Hoban going to take a timeout. 3:43 to go here in quarter number 1. We're going to take a real quick timeout. Thanks some of our sponsors here on the network. Be back after this.
De-stress, de-ache, detoxify after a long, stressful day. Calm your mind, relax your body. You deserve it. With prices starting as low as $89 per month, anyone can afford the spa or sauna of their dreams at Burnett Pool Spas and Hot Tubs.
Burnett Pools, we've got it all.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training.
We're back here. It's 1st and 10 for Hoban at the 22-yard line of the Riverside Beavers. They have 2 receivers, twins to that near side. Handoff goes to Jones as Jones had the ball popped loose, jumping on it. And the Beavers saying they have it, Knights saying they have it. We haven't gotten a call from the officials yet. Boykin went and dived on top of the ball, it looked like, but I don't know if he came away with it. And it is by the Knights. The Knights keep it. And that was almost a turning point in this game.
Absolutely, an early turning point, but there was bodies flying everywhere there, and it was just a matter of locating who had the ball. And for the Knights, they're glad they still got it.
Hoban spreads everything out, 2 receivers each way out wide. Caleb Jones on the left hip of Juice. Juice out of the shotgun, takes the snap, 3-step drop, looks over the middle, fires middle, and it's broken up on the slant route. Nicely done that time, and it looked like that was number 16 that time for the Beavers, and that is Brady McKnight.
What a nice play by McKnight. He got his hand in there just at the last second to force the incompletion, because if not, that was a big yardage play for Akron Hoban on that one, because the ball was there. I mean, perfect, just a great defensive play there by the Beavers defensive back.
It's tough, too, because the type of speed that Hoban has when you're running horizontally across the field, it's tough to keep up with like that. Nice job by McKnight to deny the pass. 3rd down now and long for Hoban. More compact trips now to the right, single receiver near side to the left. Handoff goes to Jones. Jones up the middle, dodges that first tackle, dragging some Beavers towards that first down marker. He's very close, but I don't believe he got it. Looks like he's a little short.
Going to be about a full yard short, but kudos to this offensive line right now for the Knights. They are blowing open some holes, and when Jones is able to get into the secondary level of the play, he just keeps twisting and grinding and moving. And here comes a big play now for Hoban, Ty.
Stack eye formation for the Knights, utilizing 2 tailbacks, fullback, quarterback under center. That's Juice. Tylen Boykin takes the snap, Goes handoff to the fullback, hits the tackle, goes forward, and it looks like first down for Hoban, and it is to the 10.
They are absolutely using Caleb right now. He is getting the ball. They're showing, they're daring Painsville. You've got to stop them.
And you love, what kind of confidence does a team have if it's 3rd and 10 and you still elect to run the ball up the middle too?
Yeah.
And you get 9 yards out of it.
Get 9. We'll run it on 4th and 1, 2, move the sticks.
Confidence through the roof for this Hoban squad. They marked him at the 11. They're going to move receivers out 1 each way for Boykin. Little extra blockers up front with Caleb Jones behind him. Boykin stands about 5 yards behind the line. Snap the handoff. Jones, nice dodge on that first tackle attempt in the backfield. Dives forward past the 5 near hash mark as the Hoban Knights have 2nd down now.
I really like the way Caleb Jones explodes once he hits that hole. It's just like he ignites and then boom, and he puts those head and shoulders down. He is not afraid of contact. He's actually wanting it, and it seems like he gets a couple extra yards every play.
And this is a young man coming off of a dazzling running back in Lamar Sperling a year before. So to still have this kind of production from your lead back, great program by the Knights. Jones gets it. Oh, a nice wait, a delay. He gets through the end zone for the touchdown. I think, let's see.
Whoa.
It looked like he was past it, but no, they're saying marked short. That was really close. I thought he was inside the end zone.
I thought he was too, because it looked like he got twisted back there at the very end.
He is right inside the 1 yard line, and the nose of that football is almost touching the line itself. I thought that reach over cleared it. No. A touchdown that was not to be, but the Knights have a first down, though. It is 1st and goal now. It was still.
I'm going to bet Caleb would like to finish this drive.
I think they're giving him his change. Stack high again as Jones tries to go up by 2 possessions. The handoff goes to him. He gets the few feet needed. And the first offensive touchdown of the game belongs to Caleb Jones of the Knights. And it's a Baker dozen lead for Hoban.
Yeah, he just walked right into the end zone on that one, Ty. And we do have a Panther down on that play. But again, kudos to the left side of that Knights offensive line. That's where they ran predominantly most of this series. And they were just blowing open big holes for the Knights the whole way through that. And Jones, that is so easy as a running back that when you get through the interior that you're not getting hit until you get into the secondary level.
And, I mean, you talked about the battle in the trenches that this was going to be for Riverside and the Beavers and what they would need to do to try to get somewhat of an edge on that size of the Hoban Knights. But right now it's been straight bully ball for the Hoban Knights offensive line, and they got everything they wanted. And getting the yards for Caleb Jones, who was featured almost exclusively on that offensive drive for a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, I want to say they had the big play over here where it was number 8, tightrope to sideline, got a few extra yards. They ran a screenplay off that, but for the most part, it was all Caleb Jones on that drive.
The Knights, number 80, Jeremy Hamill.
As Jeremy Hamill going to attempt the extra point, not the every time extra point kicker, but he's able to put the kick up and he's able to put it through. 2 touchdown lead for Hoban. And that comes with 46 seconds left to go in this first quarter of play. Important to note, Hoban won the coin toss, elected to defer, so the Knights would open up with possession in the kickoff in the 3rd quarter. So this really becoming an important drive for Riverside if you don't really want to give it back to Hoban down 2 possessions.
No, this absolutely, I thought the last drive they needed to do something. Yeah, they got a few first downs. They were able, I think it would have been better to punt it and pin them deep, but they opted not to, and Hoban makes them pay for it. Short field, 49 yards, easy drive, most of it on the legs of Caleb Jones. But now, as that first quarter clock's about winding down, you've got to do something this time when you get the ball.
The old ball coach over at Valley Christian, Andy Hake, will tell you, too, at this time of the year, punt the ball, too. He loves shouting that, but he goes back to overthinking things, getting a little bit too aggressive in playoff scenarios, and perhaps that was what the Beavers did that last drive. Again, Going to go for more of a line drive punt. It was taken in, dropped, though, in the end zone. So rules as a touchback, bring it out to the 20 for the Beavers.
Well, this is a big drive for them coming up. They've got to answer this somehow. Mikey Maloney's got to come up with something. Brady McKnight was big on the last drive, made a couple good catches, couple good moves. They're going to have to rely on him maybe to do something, but they've got to figure out a way to slow down this Hoban defense, because if they just sit back in the pocket, they're only rushing 3 guys. They do blitz, but right now they've only sent 3, and they're putting everybody else in coverage.
When you're able to get the kind of pass pressure, too, that the Knights have done with that 3-man rush, it really spells all kinds of trouble offensively trying to get anything going against that type of defense. Look at that, swatted away on the snap and pass attempt, as that time Maloney came out with a receiver each way and attempted to get the pass off. He took the snap, tried to get it quickly off, but again, the Knights able to get the hands in there, paws up, and knock it down.
Tanner Mintz, he was looking for his second pick on a throw tonight. He got his big paw up there. That thing went back about 20 yards.
Tanner Mintz, a phenomenal athlete for this squad. 6 foot, 210 pounds, the junior. 2 receivers both ways, one now into motion from left to right, taking the snap, looking over the middle of the field, and in on the swat away once again. The Knights defense coming through strong, and it looked like Tyson Campbell that time.
Wow, and he put that ball where their other defensive back almost came up with the interception. It was a perfect deflection, but it was just a few inches out of his fingertips from reaching it, and all of a sudden, things are going really downhill quickly here for the Beavers.
And it's a case where you need a first down. You can't go for it on 4th, but it's 3rd and 10 against a defense that has been almost shut down today. Showing blitz, they back off the 2 linebackers. Pass goes deep down far sideline of the field, and it's a misfire by about 5 yards. As they had the single receiver far side of the field going deep on the streak route. That was McKnight. 2 Knights there in coverage, and no completion, 4th down and 10.
That is a really good defensive series, and it only took 13 seconds, and Hoban's offense is going to get the ball back. I would have never thought when they scored the other touchdown there was only 46 seconds left. Okay, it'll be the second quarter. They're actually going to get to run a play or 2 here if they want in the first quarter.
And this is going to be the first punt of the game, as Riverside back behind the 10-yard line. And that one, they got a piece of it, it looked like, as it rolls out of bounds at that 45. That one took a wild spin off of the initial contact, and I think one of the Knights got their hand in there and might have got a little bit of a tip on it.
He looked like it looked like Akron Hoban wasn't really trying to block it, but 2 guys charged out of nowhere. I don't know if he tried to hustle it or if one of them did get their hand on it.
Yeah.
Because it could have been either way.
Either way, it was an affected punt.
I think I'm going to go with you. Somebody got something on it because that ball took a weird trajectory off of there. And all of a sudden, the Knights, how about that starting field position? Worst one of the game, their second time on offense, and they'll start at their own 46.
Yeah, the only time that they've started behind the 50 today. Yeah, no doubt. And Juice Boykin leading his squad back out there after a successful first series on the offensive side. Trips to his right, single receiver to the left. Again, the man Jones on his right hip. They send him into motion near side of the field. And now the pass goes over the middle on a short pass. Try to get the yak yardage after, past the 50 and tackled out of bounds. A nice chunk play on first. It brings up 2nd and short as Peyton Cook, the athlete and the favorite target of Juice Boykin, found on that one.
Nice little play there. That's probably exactly what they want. They get it past midfield, just short of a first down, and they're going to take their 14-0 lead, swap ends of the field, and say, let's go out another one.
As that is the end of quarter number 1, the Archbishop Hoban Knights leading it 14-0 over the Riverside Beavers. They'll keep the ball with a 2nd and short coming out of this timeout with the start of the second quarter. After this, Ty Bartell, Mike Ackelson, YSNLive.com. We'll be right back.
We know when it comes to insurance, you have so many choices. But if you're looking for someone who lives in your community, someone who cheers for your community, and someone who works for your community like you're part of our family, Well, then please let us introduce ourselves. Hi, we're Heiner Insurance. How can we help?
We sell taste one bite at a time. At Valeria, bite into a taste sensation. Bite into a taste delight. Good food and fun and combination. One bite at a time till it's out of sight. We sell taste one bite at a time.
Ty Bartow, Mike Ackelson with the start of the second quarter. Archbishop Hoban and Riverside Beavers Knights leading at 14-0 with possession. Second down and short. Handoff goes up the middle with Jones, and it's a first down for Hoban.
Wow, they're not hiding it. We're going to run the ball with Jones. We're going to go straight at you. And I think all of a sudden we do have another Painsville player down.
As one of the Beavers are down once again. And, you know, this is the type of things you see this late in the season after a full season played. You got tired bodies that are out there. Colder weather doesn't help too either a little bit, but no, I mean the Knights right now, it goes back to just the offensive line is setting the tempo, and that's the old school football that they like to play. They're executing it exactly how they wanted to.
Well, they are. They've had the tempo from the get-go, from the coin toss. As soon as they won that, they deferred. They come out, you know, they get a 3-and-out. Or not even a 3-and-out. On the third play of the game, they score a touchdown.
Yeah, a 3 and 6, I guess you could say.
3 and 6. I like that. And then the Beavers do make some nice plays. They move the field, but then in a surprise move, I just think in a 7-0 game, I think you needed to kick there. And when they didn't, every Hoban players' eyes are lighting up like, you're going to give us a short field? You're going to let us start on your side of the field? And it was just a nice, I don't want to say slow, but it was a very methodical drive. They literally looked at the Painsville defense and said, you're going to have to stop our run, and they couldn't do it.
What have you liked about the Hoban defense going up against Mikey Maloney early on? I mean, that's a dual-threat quarterback, 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard passer, too. And they face good competition. This is the same team that has Chardon in their conference. So they face good competition. But what has the Hoban Knights defense done so well containing Maloney?
What they've really done, they've stayed in their lanes. They fake like they're going to blitz, and they got a spy. The spy is absolutely watching them. What they don't know is which kid is spying them. Because there's two guys I've watched. There's been two linebackers that kind of hold their ground. And if he rolls one way, the guy on the right is taking him. If he rolls the left way, the guy on the left is taking him. That's what I picked just out of the first quarter. So it's been interesting to watch how fast the Knights can adjust.
Knights out of that shotgun. Boykin fakes with the play action. He gets rushed out of there. Oh, good avoidance by Boykin. Going to the near side of the field, rolling that way. Flag is down. He's tackled at the 40, but likely a holding call anytime you have the flag coming out of the backfield like that.
Especially where that one came from. There was a couple of guys, they looked like they were having a prime-time wrestling match. It doesn't start for a few more weeks here in the state, but they were definitely grappling on that play. And, and right now, that's been the worst play of the night for Akron Hoban. They got a 10-yard holding penalty.
As Friday Night SmackDown starting right here in Twinsburg, Ohio. They're going to back them up, though. Illegal block in the back, actually, the official call on the field, but it'll still go for the same yardage as a holding call, just a technicality at that point. Back the Knights up. The call actually occurred, it looked like a little bit past that original line of scrimmage, so not a full 20 on this first down attempt now for the Knights. They're going to roll out with trips to the left, far side of the field, near side single receiver for Boykin. Juice out of that shotgun. He goes to the handoff. They go to the big man up the middle and find a good chunk of yards past the 50 on the first down carry for about 6. As Feaster, the freshman running back, gets the carry that time.
Yeah, freshman running back.
And he's been phenomenal this year. You talk about Feaster, second in the team in yards, 698 prior to today, 10 touchdowns, over 7 yards a carry. So yeah, he's a perfect off back from Jones.
Well,
too.
he is. You get the big power, and then all of a sudden you bring in the lanky kid that just seems to run, and he does a very, very nice job of it. this might be his series to carry the ball and then say, we dare you to stop him.
It looks like it is, as Feaster went in for the block that time. Passing attempt for Tylen Boykin, and they get back to the original line of scrimmage on that find. And I think that was Tate Crable, if I'm not mistaken.
Tate Crable came up with the catch on that one.
As Crable with a nice reception. Third down gets him back to that line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 10 now.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the way things have worked, I would consider this is probably definitely 2-down territory for the Knights. You know, get a good chunk here and let's see what you want to do, but they may also opt to pin them deep. Biggest play, though, for Painsville's defense right now. They got to come up with a stop.
The snap, pass, tries to go to the near side, swatted down by the Beavers as Boykin attempted to go. It looked like it was a curled route designed that time for the Knights, but not to be. Nicely done by the Beavers, and the Knights not going to play around with the lead. 2-down territory, like you said. They wanted to get something positive there. It got stopped in its tracks. And you're leading by 2 touchdowns. You get the ball in the 3rd quarter with a defense that has allowed an average of 8 points a game. You'll have to punt them and pin them back deep.
Got to give Donovan Conwell his due there. He got his hand up, deflected that one. But now, you know, the Knights defense gets to set the tone again.
As the kick away, takes a bounce at the 10. Good bounce for the Knights. It continues rolling inside the 5. Knights going to try to give it some extra air underneath it and get it closer to that to the end zone. But that one inside the 5, beautifully done by the Hoban special teams unit. And now if the Riverside Beavers want to score before halftime, they're going to have a long field in front of them.
Yeah, they're going to say Akron actually touched that ball at the 10-yard line because I thought it rolled into the 3.
I thought it did too. So, hey, good on the officials too.
Yeah,
Watch
Johnny on the spot. I watched the flag come in there, and I thought, is he marking that where the ball hit? So this is a big, big series for Painsville's offense. They've got to figure out some way to stay on the field, eat up some clock, and get some points here because they can't afford to give up a score before the half knowing that it could be 2 for 1 for Hoban.
Ball is at the 10, so the silver lining for the Beavers. They're not in their own end zone when snapping the ball. Out of the shotgun, looking to get it on the ground, and the Knights just doing what they've done all season and shutting down run games. They attempted to go to Jason Mackey that time, a 1,000-yard rusher this season, but found nothing on that carry.
Yeah, JPS was right there. Jonathan Pritchard's soul just shot the gap and no gain on that play. I mean, this defensive line is just fun to watch for Akron Hoban because they are making plays.
Pritchard Sewell, the 6'1", 290 defensive tackle, sitting in the middle too, and he disrupts a lot of offense. Spread out defensively. Out of that shotgun and back for the sack. Flags do come in following the contact. And this might be, a little bit too much contact near that face mask region. Usually when you see that face mask, sometimes unnecessary roughness will be called in this. But the Knights came back, took down.
There was a lot of laundry come in like from 3 different directions on that play. And just the way it was, I'm thinking they definitely got a hold of his face mask.
And it is the face mask, so push them forward 15. Break for the Beavers, giving them some more yardage. Talk about feeling a little bit better of the result of that. That could have been a nightmare situation for Riverside.
Yeah, instead of 2nd and long from like your 2-yard line, now you got 1st and 10 from your 25. So definitely a very fortuitous gift. Now let's see if Painsville can take advantage with it.
As Hoban Knights defense, though, has been so tough today to try to find any room running-wise, and it's really pinned the Riverside offense to a one-trick pony right now. QB draw, and Mahoney gets a good gain of about 4 on that carry, and that might be what they need to do is just get Maloney that ball in more of those QB running situations because that seems to be the only way they're getting the ball moving on the ground.
Well, it is, and he picked up 3 yards, but Ricky Williams was sitting there. He just literally was waiting for him, and, you know, he still gets 3, almost 4 yards on that play. So it's a good play there, but you got to know that somebody for the Knights is just sitting there waiting for him. I think they want to be able to pin their ears back and just go after a pass.
2 receivers each way. for Mahoney as one goes into motion. That's McKnight, left to right of the field, right to left of the field, excuse me. Go over to the middle and find a nice receiver out into the open field, past the 50 that time, and a nice catch and extra yards by Jason Mackey.
Wow, nice little play there. They absolutely caught the Knights by surprise. They threw back against the grain. He had lots of running room, and just like that, a play that they needed, and it all comes. The penalty got them some breathing room from out of the shadow of the uprights, and now all of a sudden they're one play away from possibly being in Knights territory.
As Jason Mackey, not known for catching a bunch of passes, they brought him out of the backfield that time and got him into space. Like we said, a 1,000-yard rusher out of the backfield this season. He's somebody you want to get involved into this game plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Good move there.
They send one into motion, look to the near side of the field, caught by McKnight. McKnight near the 35, makes a move to the 37, and is stopped there. First down goes for about 8. It's second and short.
Nice little route there. He just simply dropped down, sat into and it appeared to be zone, not man-to-man, and he just made a quick turn, and the ball was right there. So good pitch and catch, and just like that, some things are starting to cook now for the Beavers.
They're inside that 45-yard line of the Knights. Great territory for the Beavers to be in, looking for a score. 3 receivers spread out to the right, far side of the field. Single one to the left for Mahoney. He goes to that far side again. McKnight, the target in the screen pass, dodging a couple tackles, dives forward, and it's a first down for the Beavers.
Really nicely drawn up play there by Painsville. They had excellent blocking out there on the play. The receiver's able to make the move, picks up the first down, and just like that now, a little bit of momentum kind of going into Painsville's side of the plate.
Going with a lot more screens, both receiver and running back screens on this drive, and it is working out a lot more for the Beavers than in recent drives. They're going to bring out Mackey on that left hip of Maloney. As Maloney check it off with his coach. 4 receivers set, 3 to his left on the near side of the field, taking the snap out of the shotgun. Has to scramble out to the near side of the field, tossed down the field, and it's a misfire, too strong. As the intended target that time, looked like that was number 80 that time, as David Seibert that time.
Well, again, Maloney is running for his life back there. It looked like he could have picked up some yards, but he also looked like he had a big play there. His throws just a tad off, just like he's getting just a little too much air under him. But, again, I'll take that because he's trying to make plays.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt, and that's the right play to make, too. Everything else was covered and a potential for a turnover. He threw that where it wasn't going to get a turnover, and it's the only place his guy could have caught it. 2 receivers now each way from Maloney. He moves one into motion, taking that snap, looking near side. McKnight, the target, found him at the 35. Knights don't let him get much further than that. So second down, it moves to third down, but it's third and short with about 3 to go.
That play is working well. That's the second time on this series they've used that, where McKnight has just gone in, sat down. There's been another receiver in the area, so it kind of clears it out for him. And he's made a nice play, got a couple yards after he got the catch. But now this is the biggest play because they've got to move these sticks.
Third down and 3, 6 minutes and ticking, second quarter of play. Beavers with the ball, 2 receivers each way for them. One goes into motion. That's McKnight going from the right to the left of the field. Snap out of the shotgun, looking near side, shuffles out to the far side, looking for someone downfield. No one still on his feet, but the Knights finally tackle him near the line of scrimmage, the original one, for a loss and a sack that time as the Hoban. Well, actually, I guess do they go rushing attempt that time? Do you
probably they're going to say rushing attempt, no sack.
So no sack, but a tackle for loss nonetheless for the Hoban defense, and it pushes them back. 4th and 10 now. So the Hoban defense answers the bell once again.
Ricky Williams was awesome on that play. He was able to get in there. He gave Mahoney all kinds of problems, but then it was Tanner Mintz that come in and mopped everything up.
He has been a disruptor today and easily one of the biggest presence on defense, especially starting off the game with that pick 6. One in the motion. They're staying with the offense. Maloney goes forward. Oh, he has some open field. First down for the Beavers. He gets out of bounds near that 25. What a gutsy play call and a great job by Maloney.
What a play by Maloney as he comes up with that one because he looks 4 yards into that run. He's about to be down, and all of a sudden he used the old move off Xbox and just went whoop, and he turned on the Jets to the sidelines to keep that play alive as he comes up with a 14-yard run.
Held down that right trigger, had plenty of turbo left in the tank. As a big play, fresh set of downs in Knights territory. 4:54 left on the clock here in half number 1. Taking it with the handoff that time, Mackey. Mackey gets held up and tried to find a different hole on the other side of the line towards the far side on the right, but still held for no gain.
Yeah, again, trying to run wide just has not worked for them. They've got to just hit little gaps of spaces, and it has been able to work. But this Hoban defensive line, if they can string you out, it's not been good news for the Beavers.
And I mean, you understand why Riverside does it. They want to keep that Knights defense honest, obviously, but it really hasn't gotten any traction running it with tailbacks out of the backfield. Go back to that passing game. Maloney tossed down the field, and it looks like a little bit miscommunication and mistiming that time. Plenty of receivers in the area, but none of them were really eyes up, looking for that pass.
Yeah, he didn't come up with it on that play, and now all of a sudden, after a great play, you've gotten two, things that haven't worked, a run play that was shut down, an incomplete pass, and now you're facing 3rd and long once again. And you've got to come away with some points because they have eaten up a lot of the clock here in the second quarter.
Ball on the Hoban 27, 4:07 left to go in the second quarter. 3rd and 10 for the Beavers, 2 receivers each way. Snap out of the shotgun from Maloney. He's rushed out, and it's going to go as a sack that time for the Knights. And it looks like Tanner Mintz, I believe. Let's see. No, excuse me, Jordan Pritchard Sewell, rather. And that big man you talked about.
JPS.
Mintz came in on the weak side, but it was Pritchard Sewell that made the contact, and JPS, man.
Yeah. And now, what do you do here if you're Painsville? I mean, you're literally, I think the best thing you could do right now is to pin Akron deep. I would punt it here because you're saying go ahead and drive the field on me if you can, because the last thing they want to do is have them all of a sudden a 14-0 game could be 28-0 early in the third if things go wrong.
No doubt, and I mean, that was just a nightmare play. Last thing you wanted to happen on 3rd down is going backwards for yards, and now for the Beavers, it really comes down to decision time, and they're going to need to take a little extra time to make that decision. Second timeout of the first half for Riverside comes at 3:14 left to go in the second quarter of play. We'll take a timeout as well here on the network. Ty Bartell, Mike Ackelson, YSNLive.com with his Division II matchup between the Hoban Knights and the Riverside Beavers.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
More pockets of rain as we go throughout our
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
We're back here out of the Riverside timeout with Pi on the scoreboard. 3 minutes, 14 seconds left to go here in the second quarter of play, and the Beavers desperately needing something, and it looks like they're going to go empty backfield, and the punt coming from Maloney, not typically the punter, and it's going to go into the end zone. Almost a nicely placed punt. You like what they tried to do. It's one of those cases, I guess, if you see anything immediately, you can throw it, but we're seeing a lot more coaches utilize the quarterback as kind of a dual threat, and it really just opens up the playbook.
Well, and the first thing I'm thinking, wait, did you take another timeout to turn that ball over, and putting them in great field position? He was trying to get it to the sidelines. The ball just didn't kick right for him. So the Knights, 3:09, what do you got left? And when we look at their one offensive scoring drive tonight, they were very methodical. They pounded the ball with Caleb Jones, but we also know they can strike quick.
They have plenty of speed, and it'll be interesting to see what they elect to do. But that's not to say that the Riverside Beavers defense hasn't been without scares for the Hoban offense as far as turnover concerns have happened today. Knights haven't turned the ball over, but like we said, some scares from that Riverside defense. Dylan Boykin goes with the handoff as one into motion going from left to right of the field and up to the 25-yard line. A nice gain of 5, call it 6, as Albert Hill that time went into motion on the jet sweep, got the carry, got some good yards.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a nice little pickup here, and we'll see. I think if they get a first down or two, we're going to see them go real quick because right now they're still huddling. And I think if you're Hoban, you just want to eat the rest of the clock and maybe get some points here at end of half.
They're completely fine controlling tempo. Coach Tim Terrell would love nothing more than a multiple possession lead going into halftime, knowing his boys get the ball to start that third quarter. Boykin out of that shotgun, the catch, the pass down to the 30 and plus. The extra yardage past the 35 or just shy of that 35, but it's a first down nonetheless.
Great defense there. It was almost picked, and I mean by an eyelash.
And Jalen Hightower had to make sure he got his hands out for that one. But again, like you said, tight windows. This Riverside defense not making it easy. 2 receivers each way for Hoban. On that right hip, it's Jones. Tylen Boykin takes it, fakes the handoff, tries to pick up the yards with his feet, and he gets stopped at that 35-yard line. And it looks like he got about a yard on it at the stretch. But kind of weird to go with a play action in this situation, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think they were expecting the defensive end to come crashing in there, and he did. The fact that he got a yard out of that play was pretty good because he could have lost 3 easy.
Boykin again just looks for that receiver downfield, similar to what we saw just a couple plays ago on that curl route past the 40. As Joey Hardman, we see him in multiple sports over at the Knights squad as well. And they get past that 40, just shy of the first down marker. It looks like by a full yard, and whistles being blown and timeout taken by the Knights at 1:35. So, like you said, Mike, they got that first down. They're on the cusp of another one. It's 3rd and short. It's one of those you feel like they're going to huddle together. They're going to figure out the play to get a first down, and then it's go time from there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they want to get over midfield, and I've liked what they've done here. They've used the sidelines on both plays. Their receiver tries to get as much as he can, and then he battles to get out of bounds just to stop the clock, trying to preserve the timeouts that they have. So when you look at things, you're just like, that's the way you want it to go for Hoban. And I'm not sure that Painsville is going to like who they see limping off the field.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to see all the offense really for it, and Mikey Maloney limping off the field. That's over 2,000 yards, 35 touchdowns now. He also plays 2 ways on the field too,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
That can come back and hurt you as well. So
hopefully, it's just a cramp.
That's all you hope for too. I mean, he gives Riverside the best chance and gives them a great chance at this game.
Absolutely does.
But now this Hoban offense too, and they're really finding success with this Juice Boykin. He's just taking the ball out of the shotgun, turning and throwing. There's no step, drop back, or anything like that. Real simple. Trips formation to that left. Boykin fakes that way, hands off to Jones, and Jones gets the first down. And they're going to hurry up now as 1:30 and ticking. Chains will move, clock will start on the set of the chains. Hoban's already ready at the line, 2 receivers each way. Boykin goes out of that shotgun. Flag is thrown, and a false start. Going to back Hoban up. And the Knights offensive line not too happy with that, but every once in a while when you see that hurry-up offense start, that's the give and take of that.
I was pretty impressed. They picked up that first down. They got their personnel in the game, and they were set. I think that was very close to, maybe being a no call. But, again, he made the call. The offensive linemen were not happy, as you said.
1st and 15. Trips now to that left side. Single receiver to the right near side of the field for Boykin. Pressure in on Boykin and tackled on a sack. And in on that sack, that was number 6, is Donovan Conwell.
Wow. He come flying in at the very end there and just smothered him.
Both Conwell and Solomon on that, and Sam Solomon, impressive numbers all the way around. Leads the team in tackles at 116, tackles for loss 18, 4 sacks and 3 interceptions for Solomon. Number 4, senior linebacker for the Beavers. And Boykin goes with the handoff to Jones. Caleb Jones minimizing the yards that time. Were the Beavers only 2 on the carry from the 39 of the Knights to the 41. Actually, they're going to mark them 42 of the Knights, but now 3rd down and long. Set up 16 needed for Hoban. And with 16 seconds, I don't think Coach Terrell and the Hoban Knights offense going to do anything crazy. They might just take the 14-point lead into the locker room.
They're going to take a 14-point lead and say, okay, we're good. We get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So
credit Riverside, though. That's a big stop, and it keeps them within a striking distance. You need another stop now out of the half, but it at least keeps this a 2-possession game. Real quickly, Mike, before we go into our little halftime break, with some quick keys to the second half for each team you have.
Well, for Painsville, you've got to do something offensively, and they may have to do something in the retrospect of a trick play. They're going to have to find a way to get Hoban to go one way and they go back the other. I think that's going to be big. They can't let the Knights offense just pound on them, and that's what they did really in the first quarter there when they just ran the ball. If you're Hoban, you want to put this game away as fast as you can. You want to come out, you want to score, get up 3, and then all the pressure really does fall to the Beavers because it almost takes any running effect out of the game if you're down 3 scores. So I think solid defense, a score by Hoban is exactly what they're going to want to do coming out of the half. And if you're Painsville, somehow you got to come up with a stop, but you've got to find a way to get into the end zone.
And, of course, one of the biggest stories is the health of Mikey Maloney, too. Came up a little limping and towards the end of that last offensive drive for the Beavers. So we will, of course, get word and check on him and see if he's going to be good for the second half of play here from Twinsburg Tiger Stadium. Ty Bartell, Mike Ackelson back with the second half of action in this Division II Region 5 regional semifinal matchup between the Archbishop Hoban Knights and the Painsville Riverside Beavers. We'll be back after a word from all of our sponsors.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens. On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clint. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Nestled here in the beauty and splendor of Mill Creek Metro Parks are two of America's best golf courses, as selected by Golf Week magazine. Ranked number 9 in Ohio by TripAdvisor. Come play like a pro on these award-winning Donald Ross-designed courses. Enjoy a round with your kids and unwind with your favorite food and drinks in the grill room. For championship golf, look no further than your backyard. Mill Creek Golf Course.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at MyersFamilyINX.com or find us on Facebook.
Your culinary adventure awaits at Legends Food and Drink. Experience a welcoming ambiance while you explore our appetizing menu featuring over 20 meals under $20 and over 30 lunches for $12 or less. Our private dining room seat between 10 and 20 at no additional cost. And don't forget our spacious 35-seat bar for your favorite sporting event. Book your special occasion in our elegant banquet room that seats up to 150 comfortably. Legends Food and Drink, a taste you'll remember. Market Street and Route 224 in Boardman.
Sheely's is more than a furniture store. We're a hub for all of your appliance needs. We offer the widest selection at everyday low prices, with over $1 million of in-stock inventory from Whirlpool, KitchenAid, LG, GE, and more. Our knowledgeable, no-pressure sales staff can help you find the perfect appliances for your home. We're there for you beyond your purchase to service what we sell and offer free local delivery with 24-month special financing. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
House troubles can attack anytime. When trouble strikes, call Mighty Mike. Your hometown hero is on his way. HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Mighty Mike Heating and Cooling will save the day. Commercial or residential, 24/7. For quality service you can depend on, call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa.
And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing.
Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships.
We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team.
Your goals, our game plan.
Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
Now you can see every school, to the smallest school, to the intermediate schools, to the schools in the outlying areas. It gives you coverage that you could just never get to before. It's something that's great to experience, and it's opened up a whole new wave of sports viewership. The possibilities are endless here at YSN. Push the envelope every day. Try something new. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, let's try another angle, and we just keep moving forward. My name is Mike Ackelson, and my sports network is your sports network.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
And it's just a great feeling to put them in a vehicle and get them all excited about a new vehicle.
At the end of the day, our goal is to be someone our customers can count on.
And every day I'll go the extra mile for the community so they can trust us.
To do anything that would convenience the customer or make them feel more at home.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them and that we're not going to go away.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa, and I'm YN proud.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
Welcome to the Bunker and Double Bogies, the area's largest indoor entertainment destination.
Our 2 bars, 3 dining rooms, and 2 private event rooms offer lunch and dinner, daily happy hour specials, and live entertainment to keep the party going.
And with 50+ courses, soccer, zombie golf, and carnival games, our 10 simulator bays offer fun for everyone.
Date nights, private parties, family time.
At the Bunker
and Double Bogies.
We all come to Archbishop Hoban High School with our own unique experiences, with our own story. We come to Hoban and become the best possible versions of ourselves. We are the light of the world. We are Hoban.
You can see these players, get to know these names, get to know these coaches at a more personal level than truly you ever did before. And I think YSN has been a big influential factor in bringing us that level of personal connection that we haven't seen any other company truly be able to do. If my legacy goes down as being the voice of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, I can hang my hat on that and be proud of it at the end of the day. My name is Ty Bartell, and my sports network is your sports network.
American Beacon, LLC, custom raised garden beds, landscapes, and hardscapes. And this Christmas season, we'll make sure Santa can't miss your house. American Beacon, LLC. Give us a call.
Going from mindful to mindful sometimes requires a helping, healing hand. Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness offers a continuum of mental health and wellness care.
At Insight, we're changing the way you receive counseling and wellness services with experienced licensed clinicians and expertly trained wellness staff.
With locations across 3 counties and telehealth services, Insight offers clients quick access to care when they need it most.
Transform your mental health and wellness at Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness.
Yeah, we getting all fired up, getting ready for the players when they line up. Think it's time we go and get them lights up. Let them high school lights ignite us. Cause we fighters, coming with a hut like this. Coming with a pick six like that. Gonna be a showdown, so big. Think it's time for football night to impact.
The 30th anniversary of the Great Clips Overtime Report. Friday nights on 21 Sports.
High school football is everything.
I did too. I had
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online, Wednesday afternoon weather update,
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clint. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you.
It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
We, of course, thank our friends over at Youngstown State University, one of the many proud sponsors here on the network of YSNLive.com. Ty Bartel, Mike Ackelson back with the second half of action here from Twinsburg Tiger Stadium between the Archbishop Hoban Knights and the Riverside Beavers, this Division II Region 5 regional semifinal. And 14-0, Hoban Knights lead it. They're going to get the ball to start this second half. And like you talked about, Mike, getting a score here has got to be the goal for the Knights.
Well, not only that, but they want to get their offense going. I mean, I was shocked when at halftime we totaled it 82 yards. That one surprised me. Painsville actually outgained them, but you go back, their touchdown was on a short field. So, you know, you can't hold that against them. They would gladly take a 70-yard drive here.
As the kick goes towards the middle of the field, a squib variety. It's hauled in inside the 5, turn around and head up field. That's Tyson Campbell. Campbell gets the edge. Actually, that's Albert Hill. Down to the 40. Makes a cut up field. Blocker at the 40 to the 35. Tackled down. Nicely done. As that time, Albert Hill with the return. I thought it was Campbell. Both Campbell and Hill were back ready to return, but Hill was the one. He recovered it inside the 5 and made a great return.
And Wes Anderson with the touchdown-saving tackle, because if he cuts it back there, he had nothing but daylight in front of him. And all of a sudden, you know, I just talked about their offense. They're set up on a short field again because their special teams took care of them.
It's a three-headed monster, this Hoban team is. And Albert Hill, that one takes a bounce near the 20, goes all the way inside the 10. Hill grabs that at the 5, goes to the near side of the field, makes his way upfield, cuts to the middle, and now they're at the 35-yard line of the Beavers. Boykin sends Peyton Cook into motion from left to right of the field. Handoff goes to Jones. Jones past the 30. Oh, what power running by Caleb Jones.
Wow, he just put his head down, and he just barreled his way through there. And again, the left side of that offensive line, I'm tending to see now that's the side they like to run behind, and now you know why, because they are just blowing open holes.
Charlie Malin, one of the senior receivers, has checked in. He's going to the wide side of the field to the right of Boykin. Single receiver each way, extra blockers up front in front of Boykin. You got second back in Jones. Caleb Jones gets the handoff again, left side of the line. Oh, nice stick tackle near the 20, but it's a first down carry. Plenty past the first down marker, sitting at the 25. He gets 5 extra at the 20 now, on the cusp of that red zone for Riverside.
Well, this has all been Jones so far, 2 plays, and he has gained a chunk of yardage. I'm going to say right around 18 yards in 2 plays, and just like that, yeah, they're in the red zone.
It's old school football, man. It's that field position game. Defense and special teams give us good field position. We keep it on the ground. We play through our line, and we get touchdowns that way. Boykin, again, similar set as last one. Back to the tailback that time. It's Feaster, as Feaster gets down to the 10. They give it to the freshman back that time, and he gets close to the first down marker. They're going to say just a bit shy.
Just a bit shy, but boy, did he get clotheslined at the end. What an effort. And, again, you get the power out of Jones, and then when Feaster comes in, it's just pure speed.
Feaster, a 6'1", 215 back, and you talk about a freshman, too, going up against this type of competition. Fearless going against the Riverside Beavers defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know you got to be good if you're playing as a freshman here for the Knights.
No doubt. Again, that similar set again. Morin, the receiver out wide to the right. Feaster, again, the feature back at the tailback behind Boykin. Juice takes the snap, goes handoff. Feaster again tries to go for that left side of the line, getting through some holes created by the O-line of Hoban. He gets it past the 10 inside of it, but only for a few yards. Nonetheless, though, it is the first down as the chains drop now.
I want you to imagine this if you're sitting at home, and I know you can't physically see what we're telling you. That entire time, the offensive play started at the 21-yard line. When it was done, they were down to the 9-yard line. The entire offensive line was on the left side of the hash mark. That's how far they had blown their guys off the ball.
It's just it's like a huge drill, like a mining drill, just continuing to dig deeper and deeper into Riverside territory. Chains are dropped, first and goal, whistles blown, timeout taken as the Knights perhaps seeing something on defense or want to change something out on offense nonetheless.
They were about to get a delay of game. The game clock had clicked down to 1, and Coach Terrell was like, we've got everything cooking on this series. Let's make sure we take care of business and not set ourselves back with just a 5-yard penalty to ruin that momentum.
And it was a good call. Peyton Cook was running into motion, too, at the time, so the play wasn't going to get off in time.
Wasn't going to happen. Hey, on the other side of the bracket tie, Walsh Jesuit leads Hudson at the half. It's 21-7. So
you never, if you've never seen the rivalry between the Hoban Knights and the Walsh Jesuit Warriors, it expands beyond just football. It's multiple sport rivalry. It's two schools that are only a stone's throw away from one another, and they both have the similar type kids that go to both programs. They both kind of, you could say, share kids with one another too. Rather unfriendly though, as that one's going to be an exciting one. We talked about seeing Walsh last week against Fitch. We knew that Hudson had the potential to give him a game, but some injuries going on in the Explorers right now was going to put him behind that 8 ball.
Yeah, kind of put him behind the 8 ball. And I'll tell you what, if this comes up to be a Hoban-Walsh matchup, it could be absolutely fantastic.
Hoban comes out of that timeout. Again, that similar set that they've been running exclusively here in the red zone. Feaster gets the carry to the 10. And gets past that 10 for maybe a couple yards. 7-yard line. Looks like they stop him. But it's 2nd and goal now.
Yeah. That time the defensive line actually won that battle against the Knights. But we got an injured player down again and that's kind of mounting for Painsville. That's the 2nd or 3rd kid that's gone down on their defensive side.
You see it, too, when you try to go up against the power of that Hoban line, too. And when it's power going against power, sometimes the unfortunate things like that can happen. But, yeah, this has been a rough day for the Beavers. They've been getting beat up as far as injury concerns. This is the 3rd stoppage of play, if I'm counting correctly, that the Beavers have had this game for an injury concern.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't want to see that. And the big thing. But the nice thing for Akron right here, they got a nice drive going. That was the first play where things didn't quite go their way. Now they get a little chance to catch their breath here. Let's redial things up and see what we can come up with from the 8-yard line.
And that was Sam Solomon and that able to get up and off his feet, and he leads so many different categories. We talked about 116 tackles, 18 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 3 interceptions this season. He's definitely a guy you can't afford to lose on that defensive side. And he was the one that got in and hit Juice Boykin in that end of that first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one, hopefully it's just he's out for playing back, and we'll see how it washes out for him. But, boy, there is no mistake about what Hoban's going to do.
Oh, no, they got some extra blockers. Caleb Jones back in as the tailback, couple fullbacks as well. Stack formation, Juice under center, goes to Caleb Jones. Oh, nice move. Caleb Jones walks into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Wow. 2nd rushing touchdown of the game for Mr. Caleb Jones, and it makes it a 20-0 Hoban lead.
I'm going to give some love here because Sam Greer, Nate Townsend, Will Satterwhite just absolutely blew open the hole on that play for the Knights, and that let Jones, he basically walked into the end zone.
And my man Sam Greer has multiple D1 offers from The Ohio State University, Purdue, just to name a few in the football realm. Also, Kent State University, Akron University in the basketball realm. So, needless to say, Mr. Sam Greer can play some sports.
Absolutely.
The kick is up, and it is through. As the Hamill's the extra kicker on the squad, splits the uprights. The Knights, with 2 different kickers, are 3 for 3 from extra point territory. So now pressure firmly against the Beavers. 8:57 to go, 3rd quarter of play. You need a touchdown now with this drive.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a must-score drive if you want to stay in this game because, yeah, it wasn't a long scoring drive again, but tack on another 40 yards of offense. It's
it's a double-edged sword too, Mike, because if you play with short field position, then yeah, you may save some clock, but longer field with the way this Knights team's running it,
You don't want them on it.
Yeah, you're talking 5 minutes plus that can be eaten away from the clock if you give them a long field in front of them.
Well, in both times that they've scored on offense tonight, very efficient. The ball has not gone in the air. It's been all running plays.
Talk about the level of comfortability that coach and squad must have when you can keep the ball almost exclusively on the ground and find the success that they've found today.
So
the kick by Brian Burns goes into the end zone as no return from the Beavers. It'll bring it out to the 20.
All right, now it's time. Mikey Maloney, he has been Mr. Everything for the offense of the Beavers. He is going to have to come out, and he's got to put together a drive. Now, here's the double-edged sword if you're Painsville. There's 8:57 left on the clock. Yes, you're barely 3 minutes into the second half, but if you chew this ball up for like 6 minutes and don't score, now, that's where DJ always laughs at me. I say, hey, not only are you playing your opponent, but you're fighting the clock.
You definitely are. That one opponent quickly becomes the two as that time starts to tick away. Trips formation out to that left. They send one into motion, and McKnight taking it, rolling that way is Maloney. Nice strike over the middle to the 30. It's a first down pass.
That is where he is dangerous because it looked like he was going to run on that play, and all of a sudden he just put that ball in the air. Receiver got just enough separation that they had to go.
Ethan Baker on the catch. Trips formation now moves to the near side right of Maloney, and again the stop to check off to the sideline and get a new play call from his coach. Single receiver to the far sideline. That's McKnight. Out of that shotgun, one running back on that hip. And Mackey, Maloney rolls right there, goes to the near side at the 40 on the strike, and tackle a little bit behind that 40, it looks like, to the 38, but still a nice positive gain on first down.
Yeah. Ross comes up with the catch, but great defense there by the Knights as they were Johnny on the spot. But again, positive yardage is what they need. I know they're going to the line quick, but I think if you're Painsville, you're almost going to have to go hurry up.
You need to get this Knights defense off tempo for sure. 4 receiver set once again, single back on that left hip. Maloney rolls out to his left, avoiding Knights tacklers, going to keep it himself, looking for the sideline. He gets pushed out of bounds, shy of the marker. He's right on it, but I believe he's about a half yard shy. You got to reset the chains. They both dropped.
Yeah, they absolutely did, and Maloney was lucky there because Ricky Williams was coming like he was shot out of a cannon, and he just made enough of a move at the end to avoid him.
Ricky Williams like a speeding bullet all game long, too. He has provided all sorts of fits for this Riverside squad. 3rd and 1, but you got to feel like the Beavers are going to be aggressive here.
Well, they have to be. I mean, you're down 3 scores. You're almost to the halfway point of the third quarter, so they've got to come up with something. And, this is definitely, when you're looking at 3rd and basically a half a foot.
Hoban defensive line getting low. Maloney out of that shotgun, trips to his right. He handed it off to Mackey. Mackey falls forward near that line of scrimmage, and I think he got it. They say move the chains.
He just got it, and it was a great effort as he was going down to lunge ahead before the knee went down. So fresh set of downs here, and the Beavers trying to get something cooking, but that defense for the Knights has just been on the spot all night.
Looked like more of a halfback draw play they elected to go there. Kind of faked the pass that time, did Maloney. Reverse it. Try to get some yards on the ground. New set of downs for the Beavers as they near midfield. Taking the 2-step drop, go over the middle. Oh, Bobby McKnight with the catch, and he got stuck hit with it, but he holds on at the 50. They will stand as the Beavers get about 5-6 yards on that first down pass.
He's going to feel that one for a while because Tyson Campbell absolutely lit him up, but a great job by the receiver as he comes up with the catch, and they come up with half of the 10 needed on this set.
As Brady McKnight, great job holding on to that one through the contact and get the 6 yards from it. 6:44 and ticking, 2nd and 4 to go. A lot of passing on this drive. We expected it. Out of that shotgun. Oh, they got right into the backfield on the handoff attempt. Mackey tackled back towards the original line of scrimmage, and they lose almost all 6 of those yards they got.
Nick Crawford, absolutely. We thought Williams has been a bullet. Crawford was a missile on that play. He just shot the gap, and he almost was there in time to take the handoff.
Yeah, it was incredible speed. He tackled him almost. It was the same exact second the ball touched Mackey's hands. He was there to make the tackle. Crawford was. Amazing defense by the Knights once again, forcing 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 9. One in a motion, that's McKnight. Going left to right on the field, rolling to that left is Maloney, finds the middle of the field, and Mackey at the 50, and he falls forward short of the line to gain by about 1.5 yards.
Good play there. They picked it up, and it's going to bring him up just short. So,
but I mean, it's that double-edged sword. This was the exact situation we talked about, because this is where Hoban's been thriving. This type of area of the field, right around the 50. You give the ball back to them, you're almost spelling doom of going down 4 possessions. But again, you pin them back deep, and you look at the clock at 5:18 and ticking right now in the 3rd, and Hoban
you may not get the ball back till there's 7 minutes to go in the 4th.
Exactly, and Hoban could take this right to that 4th. Taking the snap, rolling out to the right, looking at a pass, throw, and it is complete.
Incomplete.
No, incomplete. You're right, Mike. They wave it off near the 40 as the intended target, Ethan Ross, hit his hands, but I think it hit the ground first.
Oh, it just bounced away at the last second. I mean, he made a great effort to try and make the play, but that is just a tough turnover on downs for the Beavers, because now if you're Akron Hoban, the clock is not only your friend, but you're going to try and eat up the last 5 minutes of this quarter.
You expect Mr. Caleb Jones and Braden Feaster to start feasting on the ball right now, as almost exclusively you could expect the Knights to keep it on the ground if they're finding moderate success in that department.
Yeah, I think what they're going to set you up to the point where you start to sell out for the run, and then they'll hit the pass.
And Boykin, though under 1,000 yards passing, Juice has proven time and time again his ability with his arm as well as his legs. Feaster gets the initial carry that time, works the right side of the line. First down, he's close to it, but he's just shy of that marker. But a nice gain nonetheless by Mr. Braden Feaster. As Brayton Feaster actually marked him out. I think he stepped out of bounds a little bit earlier than initially intended, so 2nd and 5. So out of that shotgun, single receiver each way for the Knights. One into motion, that's Cook, and a flag comes in prior to the snap.
False start.
And another false start. They've collected quite a few of them this game.
The penalties have been kind of Hoban, unlike.
Yeah.
That's not normally their game. And when you look at it, the way things are moving, and I was watching here, both plays on this drive so far, they haven't snapped the ball till under 10 on the play clock. So they're going to eat as much time as they can to just try and shorten the game from that standpoint. But at this point, they could drive the ball down to the 1, turn it over there, and they've done exactly what they want.
They're okay with that, yeah, absolutely. 2nd down and 10, though, after the false start penalty gave the 5 yards back. One going into motion again, that's Cook. It goes to Cook into that flat. They find him on the move. Cook, open field in front of him, past the 40 to the 35-30. He's tackled inside that 30. First down and more for the Knights.
All those running plays set that play up, because as soon as they faked the run play on that one, Ty, everybody went to where the back was going. And that just swung things open. Luckily, the DB's got to be blocking downfield, because the Knights had set that play up perfect, and that is a big yardage gain.
It gets them all the way inside the 30 to that 26-yard line. Peyton Cook, the athlete of the squad. They got him into motion, and he has so much quick speed. He can move quickly, laterally, horizontally. He does a great job. When you can get him the ball in motion, things like that could happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And
they're going to move to trips on the right side, but whistle's going to be blown and timeout taken by Coach Terrell.
He can't be happy, because, again, the player's in motion and the play clock's about to expire.
And if you want it, for any of the fans back in the Youngstown area, if you want a good description, Coach Terrell, I mean, obviously every coach different, no exact similarities, but Coach Reardon is a very good example of a similar type coach as Coach Terrell, where discipline is above everything else with his team. So like you hinted at earlier before the halftime break, though they're up on the scoreboard, Coach is definitely not happy about a lot of the penalties that they've had and some of the sloppiness we've seen from the Knights.
Well, and the nice thing is right now, because they have a 3-score lead, they've been able to get away with their mistakes tonight. But as you move down the playoff trail here, those mistakes can become killer.
Absolutely. You can't afford to give those mistakes up to the likes of some of the teams that will await you in that state Final Four in Canton, Ohio.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, they left Canton last year with a very bitter taste in their mouth, and it has been a goal to get back there. And, well, not only to get back there, but to finish some unfinished business.
As this Knights squad, too, always try to have a chip on their shoulder, and you figure that's hard to do when you're 5-time defending state champions in the last decade, but they always find a way to have a chip on their shoulder, and them losing Lamar Sperling was their chip this year. They said, all right, we lost Mr. Football, but we're still the Knights. They go into the running game again. The handoff that time goes to number 11, Albert Hill, as he got it in like a jet sweep motion and got a nice gain of, looks like about 5 to 6 on that carry.
Yeah, and I will give this, the tight ends and the wide receivers, when they're not involved, you know, permanently, like their number being called, they are blocking and like they do their jobs. And so maybe they're not getting the glory, but boy, they're helping that team just keep the sticks moving, keep the clock running, everything just kind of churning in their way, because it's just like clockwork here for the Knights.
A lot of blockers in front of Caleb Jones, sitting back as the tailback. Juice Boykin, Tylen Boykin takes the snap, goes to Jones. Jones again finds that left side of the line, finds a gap, shoots it, and gets close to a first.
Good play there, and it's not for big yardage, but again, it sets up second and short for you. Like, it's everything they could do, and, you know, he gets the extra yard before he has to go out of bounds, and I give him credit there. He didn't take an unnecessary hit, and, you know, all of a sudden you're sitting, you know, 3rd and 1. It's a perfect play.
And you figure with the Knights, the way they've been running the ball too, 2-for-1 special here to get a first down if you don't get it on this third try.
Absolutely.
Right back to that similar set again. The handoff goes to Jones. He goes to the right side of the line. Blockers there. Flag comes out, and a holding call going to come against the Knights. And it looked like there was a little bit of tugging, shoving, and pulling too, maybe on both sides, but they're going to tag Hoban with one, it looks like. Let's get the official call, though.
That has been the toughest thing for them. Anytime they've had something that seems like the laundry has come out tonight, and it's kind of hindered a couple of their drives. But now instead of sitting, you know, moving the sticks, you're going to have 3rd and long. But the way Hoban's been playing, they're probably going to run the ball.
Honestly, Pat Perry, the head referee, comes out, makes the call for the holding against the Knights. So, yes, 3rd and 11. Well, actually about 3rd and 10 occurred at the line to gain. So a full 10, it looks like, in front of the Knights. But again, like you said, 3rd down territory. If they get about half the yards here, 4th and 5, 4th and 4, that's about on pace of what they've been getting anyway on the ground per rush.
Unless they want to get their field goal kicker some more.
Definitely possible as well. Long of 46 this year for Mr. Ryan Burns. They hand it off to Caleb Jones again on that stack formation, and he gets past the 20, so there's the half-plus yards needed. 4th down is brought up, but considering they're at that Riverside 20, they'll take their chances going forward on 4th, no doubt keeping that offense out.
4th and 4, you're going to eat up all 30 seconds that's left on the play clock here, if anything. You don't want to take a timeout because you only have 1 left here in the half. You've already used 2. I'm going to guess Caleb Jones. I'll bet you. You can have any other player on the field, Ty.
Yeah, I think you're right, too. I think the odds are in your favor. Stack formation once again. Flag comes in late before the snap. And it's going against the Knights, and I think they're saying offsides is what they were saying. So the Hoban Knights get backed up once again, and that's twice now in this drive, in this exact series, that they've been backed up almost to the line of scrimmage once again.
How do you line up off sides? And that, I would not want to be in film tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Because that one is going to be a tough one. You know, you line up in the neutral zone like that. And so 4th and 9, and guess what? This is still a running territory for them, the way the game has worked out. But chances are they may have to put this one up. And
Knights
they're
going to take that final timeout, and Coach Terrell not going to go into the fourth quarter carrying any timeouts. He'll stop it at 1:47 to go. Trying to get this Knights squad on the same page. They lead it by 3 scores, though. 21-0 as we go into a quick timeout here on the network.
American Beacon, LLC. Custom-raised garden beds, landscapes, and hardscapes. And this Christmas season, we'll make sure Santa can't miss your house. American Beacon, LLC. Give us a call.
We're back here out of the timeout. The Knights back on the field with a 4th down and 9 facing them. And they might look to pin them back deep. This formation looks like special teams. No, actually, they go out of the handoff. The keeper and taken down at the 4th down line marker. At the original line of scrimmage, I should say. But
how about Dom Kirks on that play? And
flag comes out late, too, from the far sideline.
I think it's going to be a sideline warning because they kind of charged out on the field.
It looked like a punting formation that they were coming out with. They kind of used some trickery, faked the handoff, a keeper by Boykin, but the Riverside Beavers had it read out. They looked like they had someone watching Boykin all the way through.
Well, and the other thing there is if he was going to try to kick it, he had no room because they shot one guy. They had a guy spying on him. Like everything was there. So
that's a big stop, though. Keeps points off the board. But like you said, the Knights, they had one of 2 goals in that drive, too, and they executed one of them.
Yeah, they did. They took almost 4 minutes off the clock, so that was perfect.
1:42 now left in the third. Beavers come right out with trips off to the right, near side of the field. Mackey on the right hip of Maloney. Maloney, 5-step drop, and he gets eaten alive past the 20 with a sack from the Knights.
Yeah, take your pick on that play. Bell, JPS, Nick Crawford, Tanner Mintz, Eli Lee. Take your pick because they were all there. The pocket totally collapsed.
Had the whole cavalry on them that time as the Knights, big-time team sack, backs them up. 2nd and 18 now as the Beavers going to spread it out. 4 receivers, single back on that hip again. Mackey for Maloney. Maloney rolls out to his right a little bit, finds an open seam. Down the field, McKnight with the catch. Past the 50 to the 40. Tackled at the 30, inside of it from the Knights. Big gainer by the Beavers.
Absolutely. Tyson Campbell with a touchdown-saving tackle all the way down to Hoban's 27-yard line, That is their deepest drive into Akron territory tonight. And when they needed a play, they finally got one.
Brady McKnight able to burn his cornerback that time, found a seam and took it downfield. Beautiful find and connection by Maloney, setting up a 1st down inside of Hoban territory, inside that 30. Trips off far side of the field to the left of Maloney. Handoff goes to Mackey on the reverse. Mackey goes to the 25 inside of it. And that was actually one of the nicer gains on the ground we've seen from Riverside today.
That big pass play opened up a little bit for him, at least on that play. Eli Lee coming in there with the stop for the Knights. As they, now the defense, this is really the first time they've been tested. Let's see what their metal's made up as this third quarter is about to wind down. Do you try and run one more play?
5 seconds and ticking. Final few seconds. Will they take the snap? Snap, clapping the hands. Snap is off, and they say the clock was still running, and the throw down the field inside the 10. And nice job that time by Maloney in finding the open target, getting open in the middle of the field. And I think it was Ethan Baker that got the catch.
I'm not sure that play got off in time.
It was really close. Yeah. We were talking about 2 seconds, but they let him get the play off. And now you're talking about first down and goal for the Beavers trying to get on the scoreboard here against the Knights. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter as we hit triple zeros here in the third. Ty Bartel, Mike Ackelson, YSNLive.com. We're back after this.
Guidance and support that improves your quality of life. It's the foundation of what we've done for nearly 50 years. The power of care is nothing without hope, and our counseling services were created with true healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian Healthcare.
Back here, start of the fourth quarter, final 12 minutes on the clock. And Mike, big opportunity for the Beavers. It's first and goal for Riverside.
And if you're Hoban's defense right now, this is where you really got to clamp down. You've got a 3-score lead, but you don't want to let them back in this game and have a little life.
McKnight went into motion. Oh, they shot the gap and got the sack. Back to the 20 as Maloney was chased out, and he couldn't escape it. The Knights defense gets into the backfield.
Ricky Williams, like a cannon, was just shot out of there, and he made sure he got those legs. This spun them up, and Maloney, he had nowhere to go on that play.
It feels like the Knights, every time that the Riverside Beavers have had that big punch ready and in store for them, the Knights have had that counter punch perfectly ready.
They have.
Place. Again, 4 receivers, 2 each way for Maloney, but he's got second and long in front of him, 20 to go. One in a motion in Baker. Maloney 3-step drop, goes over the middle, and it's a misfire. Two Beavers in the area, both McKnight and then a little bit further down the field, Ross. But still wide left of both targets, and it's 3rd and 20.
Well, and heavy pressure on that play. Ace Brown was bringing the heat. We haven't called his name too much. He's subbed in on that play. And also on that was Tanner Mintz, just continues to cause havoc.
That's the key of this Knights team's really, really good starters, but they are so deep, too, to where they could always keep fresh legs, it feels like, on that field. 3rd down and long. Maloney again pressured, but it parted a little bit like the Red Sea and gave him a chance to go up the middle and off to the far sideline to his right to get a good chunk of yards back. That was a good job by the offensive line in creating that opening up the middle and give him pretty much the only thing he had offensively.
Well, and a good job by Maloney to see, how it was collapsing and where there was some open space. Instead of it being 4th and forever, it's still a long play to convert here, but he's at least cut that yardage in half.
3rd and 11 now, almost exactly in half. As 4th down, taking the snap. Out of the pocket, goes for the end zone, bringing it down. It's caught, but a flag is down in the backfield.
I can already see the referee. He is signaling holding.
And I was going to say, there was a little bit extra time for that throw, and we haven't seen Maloney have that much time all game.
No, when he's had that much time, he's been on his back, and it was just, if he throws that a hair earlier, it may not be complete. But when he does throw it, it just took too long for the play to develop, and his lineman felt that he had to make that play in order for him to try and get that pass off.
And like you said, too, it's been a whale of an effort to just try and stop the front three of this Hoban defensive line. That time they brought a little bit extra action on that blitz, and it overwhelms the Beavers every time it seems like they've executed that.
Well, and it's weird because sometimes, and I said 3, they do have 4, but one of the defensive ends doesn't always rush.
No, he steps
drops
back. You get all kinds of different looks out of a double T defense, no doubt. And this Knights defense has been playing MVP-esque. This whole defense as a unit. Maloney gets swallowed up again. It's a sack. Back at the 30, the Knights will take over. Turnover on downs.
JPS. Soul.
He's been eating.
Oh, he has been feasting this game. I know we've talked, some of their players are getting looks, and that kid is just fun to watch. He just bull rushed his way through there, and you got to love Hoban's defense approach on that one. They brought the house.
6'1", 290 senior defensive end, also listed as a fullback. He can move some bodies, man, and he's got some phenomenal speed coming off that edge.
Yeah, absolutely. He made a great play there, and now if you're the Beavers defense, you've quickly got to get a turnover or force a 3 and out.
And the Knights not going to be quick to put it in the air, but a false start called, and this is just becoming a theme for the Hoban offense now.
That is their 4th penalty in this half, and that is just...
It's also their 4th false start penalty of the game, too. And that goes back to that discipline and why we've said that Coach Tim Terrell, not the happiest at this performance. Obviously, you're happy you're up 21-0, but a lot of that credit goes to the defense. The offense has had their struggles against this Painsville Riverside team.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's crazy.
Single receiver goes to the near side of the field. They got trips out to the left, one in a motion. Now for the Knights, sliding over from the left side of the line to the right. Handoff goes to Feaster. Feaster, right side of the line, goes through the gap, finds some good yardage up the field, and gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard past it, as 2nd and 9 now.
That's a nice little play. Gets you back. You get a chunk of it back. And, know this. They're going to take at least 25 seconds off this play clock. So by the time they snap the ball, you're going to be close to being under 10 minutes in this quarter.
It just goes back to that, all right, you want to try to comeback attempt against us, we're going to make it as hard as possible for you. Trips moves to the left side. They go that way with the screen pass to Cook. Peyton Cook can't find an opening that time. Nicely done, keeping it in front. And the Riverside Beavers say they have it on a fumble the whole.
And they gave it to them, yes.
They do. The officials motion that way, and there's the turnover you were talking about, Mike. The fumble recovery by Painsville Riverside, and they get it back.
Absolutely needed. And the one they were all pointing to is Sam Salomon. Appears to be the one that came up with the pigskin.
He's been the one that's come up with a lot of big defensive plays this year, too, so
you
expect to hear his name called. We were waiting for him to come up with that big play. He had that sack, help on the sack at least in the end of that first half, and he comes up with a big turnover. That all of a sudden keeps them in it. I mean, obviously not great odds, but it still gives them a fighting chance late in the ballgame.
It does, but they've got to strike quick right now. 10-11 to go.
Fresh set of downs, 4 receivers set, taking the snap, rolling to the left. Maloney gets rushed out, avoids the sack the first time, and actually gets positive yards on it as he starts his motion into running and gets past the 30, excuse me.
Imagine being Maloney tonight. He's going to hear footsteps in his sleep because he's like, all right, I got an open crunch. It's like, yeah, you might get past the first wave, but that second one is just waiting to pounce.
They've really done a great job walling up on defense against the run game tonight, and it's one of those you take one of you take the best offense away from a team and you force them to play with whatever else they got, and that's what Hoban has done consistently. They take what you're good at, they counter it, and they make you win in other ways. Taking the snap, avoiding a sack again, rolling to the right, Maloney. Look at Maloney diving forward for the first, and You know what? Credit this young man, too, because this is a very good Hoban defense he's going against, and
absolutely.
he has been gaming since quarter number 1.
Well, and I'll give you this. He hasn't quit. And he knows his team's backs are against the wall. He knows they got to come up with points and rather quickly, and he's trying to make stuff happen on every play. He has just done everything that the Beavers coaching staff could ask of tonight.
A QB scramble for a first down. Fresh set of downs now for the Beavers. Spotted near that 20-yard line, inside of it at that 19. 1st and 10 for Painsville Riverside. Takes the snap, rolls to the left, hands off, rather, and not much on that carry that time. Hoban was a little bit fooled by that, as of myself was. As a nice job on the fake on the pass and rather the HB draw. But again, that running game, no matter when they've tried to test it, again, Hoban has stood strong and not really allowing any traction in that
Really got to
department.
give credit to this linebacker core of Hoban because they are just assignment sound. I thought Mackey was going to have a hole and a half, and all of a sudden there was 2 linebackers on him.
7-step drop. Maloney tries to find an opening downfield, toss to the end zone, and a flag comes in with double coverage on the intended target in the end zone. And you usually expect PI in this department. But I guess the question is offensive, defensive. But usually when it's 2-on-1 like that, it's usually defensive PI. So this might get pushed forward 15 for the Beavers. And the free yardage in the penalty department has certainly helped the Painsville Riverside offense in this half. But they still looking for points to speak for it, though. Defensive holding, rather. So give them a 5. 5 and a first down.
Still first down, but again, you look at everything that's gone wrong for the Knights, and they still haven't given up a point in this game. You know, a lot of teams would see the penalty flags coming the way this is, and that other teams would have been able to take advantage. And that just shows you how strong this Knight team is mentally, because they forget about those flags real quick and just go back to playing.
Credit this defense, too. I mean, as the offense has had their struggles at some points in this game, the defense has been holding strong, especially with their backs against the wall in this type of situation before. Desperately looking for a score.
So is it 1st and goal? Okay, 1st and goal from the 10.
I was going to say they had one chain up. They didn't drop it. They had a little miscommunication on the chains department that time. But now the officials are going to meet in the middle, it looks like. Referee going to meet with that linesman. And the back judge as well, it looks like conversation. I think they're all on the same page now. I think the question is, are they dropping the change or not, and maybe just the placement of the ball. But it is 1st and goal, no chains needed. So 4 downs to come away with the score. 8-12 here in the 4th, and before the play, if it happens, whistle's blown.
What do we got now?
And they didn't signal a timeout either way, but it's coming from the other side, the far sideline.
Well, those officials wanted to huddle. No. So now they're saying maybe the chains are up. Could it be just enough outside the 10 that they could possibly get a first down at like the 3-inch line?
Well, one thing's for sure. There's no fence riding in this kind of situation. You can't have one chain up and one down.
Wait. Now I see what it is. It's actually 1st and 1.
So they pushed them forward 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was curious. Like, it's either one way or it's the other. You don't get to keep the chains up, drop them. No, they figured it out. A little bit challenging for them to figure it out, but they got it all on the same page.
Might be the shortest first down play in the history of football.
And they're going to go for the pass. They toss for the end zone and incomplete. But a flag comes in, and this might go against the Knights, much to the Hoban faithful. The
Hoban faithful are not happy, but unfortunately their player absolutely held, and they'll be lucky if it's holding, and I think that's what they called. He got a pretty good tug of the shoulder pad as the receiver made his cut.
The officials, too, have been doing a great job. They've had a watchful eye for that kind of stuff all game long. Does a game like this, if Hoban wins, obviously, 8:07 left to go, does a game like this benefit the Knights having these kind of penalties, these kind of things, almost as like a check?
Yeah, it's like now it's a good reality check, because when they go into film tomorrow, coach will be able to say, we can't do this in a regional championship game. We can't do this if we get the state semifinal game. And if we do this in a state title game, we're going to leave the field with the same feeling we had a year ago.
Looking for offense. Maloney rolls out to his left. Knights trying to take him down. Throw intercepted by the Knights. Down to the 10. The Hoban Knights take over once again. And it looked like Cameron Jones. Caleb Jones.
Wow.
That's Caleb Jones with the interception. Second interception of the day by the Knights defense. And it looks like they want to pitch a shutout.
They absolutely do. And on that play, like the rush from the defensive line were all over Maloney, and he was trying to make something happen, but when he passed it, the ball just gets deflected. And there's Jones, Johnny on the spot. Not only can he run it, he can also play defense very well too.
You talk about a player of the game-esque performance. 2 rushing touchdowns and an INT on the defensive end. Mr. Caleb Jones, the senior, doing all kinds of work. The Knights now a tick under 8 minutes to play in the game, and it just becomes a game of eating clock. Go onto the ground. Feaster looks for the left side of the line, still on his feet past the first down marker.
That is a very nice run there. Exactly what they wanted to come out with on that play. Keep the clock moving. And now what you want to do, up to this point with 7:50 to go in the game, things have been, just going to be honest, a little sloppy for Hoban. You want to clean your game up here the last 7:50 so you leave the field on a little bit of a momentum swing.
Knights back out. Clock continues to burn away. They're in that similar set with 2 blockers in front of Boykin and having a full head of steam for Feaster on the handoff as he dodging as many tacklers as he can, but they minimize Feaster's carry that time to 4 yards.
He is tough to tackle. He spins those legs. Like, it seems like he's kicking them really high, and he just tries to keep moving, looking for anything. And on that play, at least 5 Painsville players made contact with him before they could get him to the ground.
This Knights team defensively has been cut from a different cloth today. Offense, they've done enough with short field to give them a lead. Just looking to burn out the last 6:45 of this game and book their ticket to the regional final. Handoff goes to Caleb Jones off the right hip, and it's a minimal gain of maybe a yard or 2 that time for Jones.
And that's okay. You're going to take that the rest of the game, you know, because here's where Painsville's in a bad situation. If you waste your timeouts now, you're not going to have them if you get the ball back. You might not get the ball back, though.
Very well might not. If you figure the Knights right now, they think if we could burn about 2 minutes per possession too, as long as we get the ball back after each score, we walk out of here winners.
Well, you got to figure first down on this play.
Jones finds the middle. Oh my goodness, the blockers just pushed him past the first down marker.
So I kind of shut up because I wanted you to call the play. But anyhow, so they pick up the first down. You got to figure before 3 more plays can be run, this clock's going to be under 4 minutes.
And I mean, for Painsville Riverside, it came down to that defense of the Knights and just really having struggles finding an answer. And honestly, the Beavers defense has done a great job, only giving up 14 points on 2 short field positions. The defense has.
Yeah.
One of those Hoban touchdowns came on a pick 6, so this has been a really good performance by the Beavers defense. And whistle's blown and a flag comes tossing in. And a false start penalty called on the Knights, and this has just become a game of old hat, it feels like, with Hoban.
I almost want to put a GoPro on the players so we can see. And it's got to be aggravating for the Hoban staff, you know, sitting here like they practice and practice all year long. And I don't ever remember seeing a Hoban game where there's been this much laundry on the field.
So the Knights trying to keep discipline and keep laundry off the field. It's 1st and 15 for Hoban. The handoff to Jones, right side of the line. Oh my goodness, chugging along, carrying a defender with him, and he gets some extra yards with his effort.
The defender's trying to rip the ball out of his hands, and you could see him like grabbing it, and Jones is just like, I'm just going to bring you with me. Uh-oh.
And flags coming in after the fact. And it looks like there's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Knights, and there is. And I think one of the Knights' offensive linemen, too, just feeling the frustration and just letting it out on the field. And airing it out in the ear of a referee is always going to get one of those thrown on you.
If he thinks it's a bad penalty to take in a game, I would really not want to be in film session tomorrow, because those were always tough for me. Like, if you had a bad game and you had multiple penalties, you knew you were going to be singled out in front of all of your teammates. And you had to accept it. And then the challenge was, you've got to play for your teammates now. You've got to be better. And I just know that Coach is pretty even keel, and I've known him since his high school playing days. This is maybe one of the best things. Even though they win, he's going to be able to have total control of that room tomorrow.
It's like being caught with your hand in a cookie jar, put on film for everybody to see.
Oh, yeah.
Handoff back to Caleb Jones, as Jones just looking to bulldoze forward for any yards he can. Keep that clock running, as it is 3rd down and long for the Knights, but this clock will go under 4 minutes by the time they snap it.
Well, and the other thing, too, like you said, hand in the cookie jar. What you're hoping is, though, on all the successful plays you had, that your number is also being called out. So, yeah, you made a mistake, but, boy, on this play you sprung them for 12 yards. So,
as the Knights, 3:45 and ticking, emerge. 3 receiver set, twins to the right of Juice Boykin. One goes into motion for Hoban, left to right of the field. Handoff goes to Jones, but it's on the field, and a fumble in the transition, but I think the Knights jump back on it. Flag comes in again following the play.
That one might be on Painsville.
And let's see what the penalty is called on, but Boykin looked like he jumped back on it to save.
He sure did. He saw it come out, and just a bad exchange there. That's all it really was. And
3rd fumble by Hoban. One has been lost, but they've recovered 2. That was the 2nd, and it is a penalty against Riverside, like you said, Mike.
And that's a killer, because that is an automatic 1st down. So instead of Hoban having to punt the ball here, they get a new set of downs, and they just get to keep burning clock.
And it pretty much salts this one away, because now you're left with the choice. Do you let them run the clock down under 2 minutes of play, or do you take all your timeouts now? Pretty much that penalty took any kind of hope that was left for the Riverside Beavers away from them.
Yeah, absolutely. We can tell you, do got one final in. Mogador has defeated Mineral Ridge 21-7. The Rams really gave it a good effort up there tonight.
Hey, you know what? Considering that Mogador team is one of the best in Division 6, credit the Mineral Ridge Rams, and what a great season the Rams had this year.
A 10th seed that was dancing in the Final Four of their region.
And I think gave a bigger scare than they were comfortable with over there in Wildcat country over in Mogador.
Yeah, absolutely. It was 13-7 at the half. So, you know, hey, kudos to the Rams and Coach Shaner. I mean,
you know what, and talking about those Portage County teams, beating Rootstown like they did too, that's a very good Rovers team year in and year out. It's a very solid win the Rams had. But best of congratulations, I guess you say, for the Rams season.
So I'll correct myself here. It's not a 1st down in high school football. It's 15 yards, so it still will be 4th down and 7.
So give that 3% that we were taking away, that little chance for the Beavers. They still have it, but you need miracles to happen at this point. Ryan Burns puts the boot into it, a high arcing kick, takes a bounce at the 30. Riverside not going to touch it. Hoban going to prevent it from taking a friendlier bounce forward and stop it around that 32.
So I don't know how many plays you can dial up, but it's going to have to be supersonic here for the Beavers. I'm not saying it's completely over, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah, you need a lot to go your way in a hurry. But this is, I mean, like we talked about, maybe best case scenario for Hoban, because you talk about you get the win, you still get to play next week, but now you found some maybe holes, some kinks in your armor that now you get to shore up before you get to that regional final and beyond. If
well,
you
the
can.
nice thing, it's fixable. You know.
As looking to pass, throw, and it's a fight for the football, but it ends up loose. And that almost ended up in the hands of Albert Hill for an interception.
It would only be fitting for this defense to step up and make one more play tonight. And you think about it, you know, we've talked about the success of Hoban and the state championships and that, but you really got to give credit here to this Painsville team. This is the third straight year they've played in the regional semis.
And, I mean, they have a great brand of defense. And you take that pick six away from that first drive, we might be talking about a different game with the type of defense that they've been playing, because it was because of that pick six.
Yeah.
They felt the need to be aggressive, gave the short field the second time around. Hoban scored off of it. Passing attempt now, and the toss goes towards the line of scrimmage, and a diving catch to get it. But it doesn't go for any gain as Ethan Baker makes the catch.
I'll give him A for effort. You know. But the only bad thing is the clock keeps moving, and I think their staff might be to the point they probably are not going to use their timeouts. And it's tough for Riverside because you think how good of seasons you've had, but there's been that one hump, and it's been the regional semifinals.
And it's the same story for a lot of teams too. It's just trying to get over that hump. And this is a motivated Hoban defense that's going to be as motivated as ever. They have a chance to pitch the shutout. You know they want that. Looking to go down the field with the pass. Another nice strike down the field to the 45 and a completion for a first down. And you know what, man? There's nothing better that you love to see than the fight of a senior quarterback just not willing to go down until the last second.
He is slinging. He is still fighting. I think deep down he doesn't want to give up. And you got to give Mikey Maloney a lot of credit here, and that was a bullet. He zipped that in there. Even with decent coverage, the only person who was going to catch that was the wide receiver.
4 receivers, 2 each way. Maloney takes the snap, rolls off to his left, finds an opening, goes downfield to that 45. Caught that time as Ethan Ross makes the completion. Second down and short.
I will say this, credit to the Painsville offense. They have been able to move, but the Hoban defense hasn't broken. They've given them anything they've wanted really inside the 20s, but when it gets inside their own 20, they kind of just bottle things up.
They go to the handoff. Oh, nice tackle. Went low to stop Mackey. And Caleb Jones. He's just taking a laundry list of things from this game.
I think he's going to have my game ball. 2 touchdowns, an interception, and just sticking people.
Between him and Tanner Mintz on defense, both those young men doing phenomenal. Third and very short, looking to pass, avoiding the tackles, going on his feet. Maloney, first down and more. He's chased out of bounds past the 30.
Hey, just trying to extend their play, keep things alive. For right now, you know, if you're Painsville, you know you're against the clock. You're about to go. You're at 1:10 left to go here in the fourth quarter. You want to score for pride. You want to know that your final drive possibly, and there's several seniors on the field here for them, that you want to score a touchdown to finish your high school career.
First down for the Beavers. 70 seconds left to go in the game. They stand on the 29-yard line of the Knights. They're going to roll out to that left, find an opening, toss down the middle of the field. It's a jump ball, and it's split up by the Knights in the end zone.
Great defense there by the Knights.
I think that was Albert Hill that got in on that defensive split up.
Yeah, he was absolutely on the spot, and he read the play the whole way. I mean, because if he doesn't look, that wide receiver would have been way behind him, but he never gave up on the play.
6 seconds ticks away off the clock. It's 1:04 now left in the ball game. Mackey and Maloney back out onto the field out of that shotgun. It might be a case of you just keep tossing everything to the end zone here. Try to preserve clock while you can. One goes into motion, left to right of the field, taking the snap. 3-step drop, goes to the near side on the streak route. Hand is up. They were tugging and pulling, fighting down the field, and no catch to be had. And it looked like that was Ethan Ross on the intended target, and I think Braden Grant was on defense.
They were battling the whole way on that one, and it was, and this is where we've seen so many penalty flags this game. And yeah, there's only a minute to go in the game, but at least they're letting them play from that aspect that they battled on that play. Plus the ball, I don't think it would have been catchable.
3rd down and 10. Painsville Riverside, couple more chances to try to, at the very minimal, get a 1st down past that 20. Maloney, got stuck right near the line of scrimmage. It's actually going to be a loss. He went into a running motion, and the Knights were there to stick him on a tackle.
They have done that all night.
I mean, you want to talk about a game you're going to feel tomorrow morning. You're going to get a little bit of bumps and bruises all over the body after tonight's game.
Yeah, absolutely. That one's tough.
30 seconds left in this game. Whistle is blown. Timeout taken. And for Painsville Riverside, it's one of their last. And for the Beavers, you got to feel like they're just talking about what we're going to do for the last play of our season now.
And it's not over yet, but we can pretty much say Walsh Jesuit is going to punch their tickets to a regional championship game. They are up 35-7 in the 4th quarter. So
their defense really did a great job in that second half.
Yeah, and we know how fast they can score. We got to watch them, and
this is power against power next week too. We don't know where it's at yet. Stay tuned. Obviously, OHSA should release that. I think Sunday afternoon is when we see that. I gotta feel like, just prediction-wise, we were talking off-air, Ravenna, Nordonia, couple of like good sites, kind of mid-ground for both those squads. But we have had a chance now to see both of them together, Mike, and that's going to be power against power. That battle inside the trenches with the size that both teams have.
They both have tremendous size. They both have athletes on the outside. Like, I can't wait to see how this one's going to shape out.
Final play of the game likely here for the Beavers offense. Maloney takes the 4-step drop, looks down the field, avoids the sack, stays on his feet, goes towards the 25, but he's tackled shy of the line to gain, and it is a turnover on downs on the Maloney scramble. 22 seconds left, Hoban to take over, and one kneel down in victory formation, should book this ticket to the regional final.
Wow, and kudos, all the adversity that the Knights overcame tonight. Was it a perfect game? Absolutely not. All the penalties, something that is very correctable. But what I do give them credit for, twice they had short fields, twice they punched in touchdowns. Defense, opportunistic, touchdown by the defense on the first series of the night. Twice they were in 1st and goal situations against them, and they turned away the Beavers. So they absolutely did what they had to, Ty.
What do you take much away from the first matchup between Hoban and Walsh Jesuit? Obviously, Hoban big winners. I think 50-0 was the score on that one. Is there more to be taken away from Hoban or Jesuit in that game? Because you're likely not getting that type of game again in round 2.
No, you're not going to get that game in round 2. And I think if you're the Walsh kids, you want to prove that was very not right, the way it should have been. But you're also the Hoban kids, you can't rest your laurels on what happened in that first game because it can easily get reversed.
Knights take the knee, and that'll do it here from Twinsburg Tigers Stadium. The Archbishop Hoban Knights wasn't always pretty, but they get it done. 21-0, your final score here as the Knights defeat the Riverside Beavers and book their ticket to the regional final once again. And, I mean, we look at the other side, 35-7, Walsh Jesuit leads it. We're going to get a regional final in the football edition of this matchup. These two teams met on the basketball floor back at Kent in March of this year. Hoban came away with the win. We all know what Hoban ended up doing with that win in basketball. Very well could be the same case here on the football side.
Absolutely, and and as you stated earlier, these are two schools a stone's throw away. These are two schools where a friend could be wearing a gold helmet and the other one could be wearing a purple helmet. You know what's on the line next week. There is some bragging rights. There is one school looking for payback and another school knowing this could be the next step in getting into where we want to be. And for Hoban, they definitely they're going to have to play better next week. Let's be honest. And I know they're going to look at this game film tomorrow and be like, we can't make these mental errors.
No.
Because if they do, you can end in a lot of problems very quickly.
Way more penalties for the Knights than the Beavers tonight, but still, the Knights find a way to win with a defensive touchdown and a couple of short field offensive touchdowns to seal this one 21-0. It looks to be Hoban and Walsh Jesuit next week. We'll get the site, we'll get the sounds as well, as we expect to be there with ysnlive.com. So stay tuned and keep up with YSN for continued coverage of Archbishop Hoban Knights athletics. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and listening to this broadcast of high school football on ysnlive.com. To our proud owners, but DJ Oakley and Brian Scott, who are able to bring this broadcast to each and every person unable to make it in attendance tonight. To our GM, Steve Leslie, who with his work with Bobstein Park Baseball, YSU Football, and ysnlive.com. The many hats that Mr. Leslie wears, and we thank him for each and every one of them. To both the communities of Archbishop Hoban High School and Painsville Riverside, we thank you for tuning in and supporting these schools, supporting YSN, and having your communities both shown up on the network tonight. From Mike Ackelson, I'm Ty Bartell. We're bidding you all a farewell and a good night, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network.